show you this one race I had. Quite interesting, and maybe explain the ins and outs of this circuit here. Uh, and let's get right to it. So starting with the start, let me start from a few positions back because I nearly got taken out right on the first turn, but luckily I was able to avoid catastrophe. So this guy decides he wants to become a human missile and just completely forget to brake in time for turn one. As you can see, if I didn't mention before, I'm the car in the green. So right here he applies his brakes far too late. Mr. MDR is gonna get turned into a missile. Luckily, he threads the needle between both me and the person ahead of me. I take a little bump from the person behind as well. Let's see, one more perspective. Let's have a perspective from this guy looking backwards. As you can see how he just comes in and plows right through. Luckily I make it through this fine. This is my point of view. All I saw was a car come out of nowhere, and then I get hit for it. So I came out of that with no penalties and still in my safe position. So I'm very lucky. Okay, so interesting track. This track. I did some of my very first online races on this track. But anyways, here I am in third place as I go through these corners. Secret with these corners is you want to keep it in tight so you can get in wide exit on this hairpin right here. And for this one, this is very finesse. You need to have the perfect turn in, and so perfect turn in and put the power on at the exact right time. If you get a little too early, a little too late, it'll really mess you up. This one's simple, just hard on the brakes, turn up early on the gas. This one coming up, you can actually brake well after the cones on this one. Brake hard, one gear shift down, and ride right over the inside curves, and then you can get on the gas quite early in that one. It's a lot, it looks sharp, but it's actually not as sharp as you think. Coming over in this one, this is a very tricky couple of corners because they're linked. You need to kind of still be slowing down as you go through the other one and dropping down a gear, so you can get a good angle out here. Wide out, off the gas, on the gas. Once again, very finesse. No braking here, you just need to have the perfect amount of lift. And then power out. So that's one lap. We made it through one lap, thank God. No penalties, no crashes, and we're still really close to leaders. Now it's about trying to close the distance, so trying to gain a tenth or two on every single corner. Hard. I go too deep right here, so that cost me a little bit of time. To Mr. Peter Hansel up there. Trail brake into this corner, get out wide, turn left. You want to really hug these two inside curves. Don't try to extend out to the right side, because if you do, you won't have a wide entry to this corner right here. Here comes that finesse turn. You want to get your right tires right on that curve to have maximum corner extending out. That one was quite good, actually. I say it's quite good, but as you can see, the guys in front, I'm losing time against them. They're doing even better. Surprisingly, the guys ahead, they're battling. The guy in front, Big Rodman Wins, is having to race and defend at the same time. So he's worried about the guy behind him, worried about taking the fastest line. And that oftentimes results in a mistake. But he's doing a very good job. He's yet to make a mistake despite having Peter Hansel on his bumper the whole entire race. If you get wide out here, you can kind of cut the corners on both of these right here. Not too wide. Let off the gas right here. I didn't let off the gas early enough, so I went way wider than I would like to. Same thing here. I got a little bit of a wide line. I'm not as close as I want to be because because I didn't let off the gas early enough, which means I had too much speed. That was not a good lap. As you can see, I've lost a lot of time to the guys in front. The guys in back were nowhere to be found. This is my second time watching this replay, and everyone behind me got penalties on first lap. So this race is always, like, as you can see even on the map on the upper right, it's all about us. So this corner you can brake well after the cones and hook up the right corner, and I gained a really good time. I think that's, on this lap, that's a point where I gained the most time. Trying to pull up to these guys in front. I'm doing very well. I've cut the distance in half of how much they're leading before. I get a good exit out of here. Yeah, so you got these cones, and you can live and die by these cones, because oftentimes they get taken out in the race, and then you're left with no reference points. It's good to find reference points that aren't the cones, in case that happens. I've definitely been burned many times when I'm coming up to a corner and I don't see a reference point, I don't see the cones, and then I just end up off the track. Keep it close, keep it close. Try to cut these two corners. Off the gas early. In. That was good. That was way better than last time. I'm way closer, as you can see, to the car ahead of me now on the end of this third lap, going into the final lap. My best lap time right there. 154, which is, I think, the second time I've ever done a 154. The only other time was on my qualifying lap. So that was a very good personal lap of mine right there. I was very keyed in at this moment, thinking maybe I can utilize this advantage I have. Not advantage, but utilize the time I've gained to try to make a move on this final lap and maybe get second place. Or first, if one of these guys mess up, but they just don't. They are keyed in. I was really hoping that one of these guys would go off track, take a turn too wide, don't miss their braking point. With all the fighting they're doing, my strategy is usually wait for them to mess up. But anyways, I'm a lot closer now, and I think at this corner right here, I mess up. I have to slow down my exit because I was too early on the gas, and that cost me time, and they pulled away right there. Behind me. Brake, hug to the inside right corner. Yeah, with only a couple corners left, I don't think I'll have it. At this point, I've kind of conceded and just accepted that I won't be able to pull up to these guys anymore. The gap is too big, there's only a corner left. Just keep it nice and tight, even though I have a huge lead to the guy behind me. So not much going on with this race after the first lap, but I just kind of wanted to show you guys what was going on with this one. So that is a solid third place. It's podium. It was a third to third. I qualified third, finished third. Oftentimes when I do finish in podium, it's a race kind of like this, where not a lot of action happens. I just finished in the place I qualified. Bad things tend to happen when I catch up to people or when people catch up to me. Missing braking points, slamming into people, getting penalties. Anytime I have a clean race, it's often because the guys ahead of me are faster than me, and the guys behind me are way slower than me, and I just finish where I qualified. Alright, that's it for this one, guys. Thanks for watching. And I need to try to figure out how to stop the stream. Okay, there you go. Alright, see you guys next time.